You're making a lot of arguments that are not related to each other. You can
talking about immigration.
Let's try this. I have prioritized the field mouse problem in this building, and I have told all of the staff here my priority is the field mice. But one day Tate walks in and I caught a cricket, and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing to the crickets? Why the fuck won't you stop the field mice?" And I'm like, "Bro, we got the field mouse traps everywhere. You're just looking at the one instance where I've caught a cricket. Why are you mad at me?"
There's also more crickets.
We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about immigration. What has Donald Trump in the last 9 years that has helped us when it comes to our healthcare?
You have no examples to prove they are not prioritizing violent criminals.
I just gave you the statistic.
No, you're telling me that they've gotten people who are not violent criminals, who perhaps are easier to apprehend.
No, they haven't gotten people, the majority of people that they have apprehended.
Because they're easier to apprehend. But does that mean they're not focused or prioritizing criminals? You're not making an argument.
So getting ICE agents to show up outside of courtrooms
is not a question of priority. It's a question of you saw a thing happen.
They said their priority. This is Tom Homan's own words.
Okay, how many agents are focused on narco gangs, cartels, etc.?
I don't have the number.
Exactly. You're not making an argument.
More people have been deported
that
are
not related to what you're saying.
I figure the prioritization
I think
would be
you
around
lack the
tracking
cognitive ability to connect the dots.
No, I think I do, and I think this comes down to...
Let's try this again. A priority doesn't mean the outcome is guaranteed.
I understand that.
So pointing out a bunch of non-violent criminal aliens were arrested doesn't mean they're not prioritizing violent criminal aliens.
Okay, well, it doesn't appear to me that they are. And if you
that's,
think that
again,
they are...
that's an opinion and not an argument.
Well, if you think that they are, then you're entitled to your opinion. But I don't believe that they are. When you're tackling people and non-violent criminals outside of courthouses in front of Home Depot or teachers, I've seen the videos.
Not a question of priority.
Easy. You don't even need to track anybody for that. They're showing up to the courthouse and telling you who they are. So,
and that's not a question of priority.
To track the criminals.
These things you're pointing out are two different situations.
You pointed out that 40% of those deported are violent criminals. That's outsized from the percentage of legal immigrants that are here that are actually violent criminals. So Trump is actually punching above his weight when it comes to deporting violent criminals.
I want violent criminals out of this country.
Not all criminals.
Clear on that.
So he's doing really well.
Hold on a second. So you want accountability for criminals. Is that right, Tim?
Yes.
Okay. Then why would you support a 34-count felon?
He's not a felon.
This is the craziest whataboutism I've ever seen.
What was he charged with?
Not whataboutism.
What's the criminal charge?
Is he a 34-count felon, convicted felon? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He wasn't sentenced, but he was convicted by a jury. Was he not?
It's not.
Was he found guilty or not guilty of 34 counts?
What were the charges?
I'm asking you a question.
The answer is no.
Why do you answer the question? Maybe you're the one with the cognitive difficulties.
The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no again, no again, no again. Now tell me what he was charged with.
So wait, the jury did not find Donald Trump guilty?
Correct, yes.
I mean, the earth isn't flat, Tim.
What was he charged with?
What? Wait, you just said a jury did not find him guilty.
Indeed, that's correct.
Where are you getting that from?
Because Trump was never actually charged with any real crimes.
Okay, so you're saying...
So hold on. Is your argument, did a group of people come together
and... Whether you agree or not is not the question, okay?
Well, so we're having a conversation on the logic and the facts of the matter. And the facts of the matter is Trump was not legitimately charged with any crime. So he can't be found guilty.
Opinion? That's your opinion.
It's a fact.
Okay, it's a fact.
It is indeed a fact.
So a jury found him guilty.
Of what?
You're wrong.
Of what?
Okay.
Of what?
You say 34-count felon.
Of what?
Okay. Well, did he not? I'm answering it. I'm answering it. Did he not make up and falsify business records?
He did not.
He did not. Okay.
That wasn't the case. Did you watch? Did you check?
I did.
So who actually?
So he didn't break the law.
Who was accused of it?
He didn't break the law.
Who he did not. Well, okay. Perhaps maybe.
So in your opinion, perhaps
maybe no. Okay, stop. I'm going to mute you if you try and play that stupid stuff because you interrupt me while I'm making the point that perhaps maybe it was a misdemeanor falsification of business records from his CFO. Perhaps, maybe. Don't cut me off when I say perhaps maybe to change the context of what I'm saying. Donald Trump was accused of misdemeanor falsification of business records by instructing a lower staffer we don't know he actually instructed. All because of Cohen making a claim about paying Stormy Daniels. Mm-hmm. This cannot be upgraded to a felony because it's what's called requiring an underlying crime, which never in the history of the United States has been done before. Donald Trump, in this charge, was convicted falsely.
In your opinion?
It's not an opinion. It is a fact.
So the judge got it wrong.
Indeed.
Our courts got it wrong.
Absolutely.
But you got it right.
What was the underlying crime?
The problem I have with
Answer the fucking question.
What was the underlying crime? 34 counts.
Of what?
Okay. Falsifying business records was
underlying
one
crime.
Of them.
Name it.
I don't have it right in front of me.
There isn't one.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying that the judge got it wrong, the jury got it wrong, he had the right to defend
For the love
himself
of all
in a
that is
courtroom.
holy, this is the problem with this country.
They all got it wrong.
What is the underlying crime?
He was convicted in a court of law, Tim.
What? Oh my God. What is the underlying crime?
What is the underlying crime?
Okay, let's stop.
I think Tim wants you to point it out.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was he charged with? Just give me the sentence. Give me the single phrase.
What I know is that he was a 34-count felon convicted.
Oh my God!
That's what I know.
What was he charged with?
I don't have the case right in front of me.
You don't know.
I don't have the case right in
You
front
are
of me.
in a cult.
I'm
You
in
are
a
a
cult?
cultist.
How am I a
Yes.
cultist?
You don't know what you're talking about, and you're
don't know what I'm
zealously
talking
arguing
about.
for it.
I don't know what I'm talking about. You're the one who just looked me in the eye and told me that a jury did not find him guilty. Now you can
Stop.
you
Let's try
can
this
disagree
again.
with it.
What was he charged with?
Again,
You don't know? Do you know or do you not know?
he falsified business records. Okay.
What's the charge?
I don't have the charges.
You
right
don't
in front of
know,
me.
do you?
I don't.
Maybe you should then
have
say,
the
I
charges right
don't
in front of
know.
me.
Maybe. How about you say this? I don't know.
You can tell me what
You
the
say, I don't
charges
know?
are, but he was still convicted in a court of law.
Do you want to say,
can
I don't know?
disagree with it.
He
I don't
was-
have it right in front of me. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong with what I'm saying.
It
He was still
certainly
convicted.
does because you don't know what you're talking
So
about.
he wasn't found guilty in a court of law.
He was not found guilty in a court of
That's
law.
the only point I was making.
Of a criminal action for which falsification was an aggravated factor. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It is one of the most controversial cases in U.S. history where for the first time an aggravated charge was placed without the government proving an underlying case. They upgraded misdemeanors, which require an underlying crime, but they never proved a crime
So let me ask you a
actually
question.
happened.
Then why couldn't his attorneys prove that in a court of law?
They did! Bro, this is why it's under appeal and they have not issued a sentence yet.
So in our country,
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, here's what I do.
You can't even name the charges. You don't know who was who.
Just because I can't name the charges doesn't mean he wasn't convicted in a court
Who
of law.
falsified the records?
Well, he didn't falsify the records per se, but people that were doing it, that were behind it.
All right, let's
were.
slow down. Let's slow down and calm down. You don't know the facts of the case.
Do you know all the facts in the case?
I know a
you
good
have more,
plenty of-
you have more evidence than what the jury heard?
I have a good plenty of more evidence than you to found my arguments.
Okay, but did you have the evidence that the jury had?
Indeed, it was all released.
Oh, you had all the evidence that the jury saw.
So we're not going to speak in absolutes. The American public was
asking you.
privy to the information and the jury testimony, and juries gave.
All right, so he's innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. The left went after him. It was George Soros.
Make a real argument.
Okay, sure. You have a 6-year-old daughter, right? Which, by the way, congratulations.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you had a daughter. I
do, but she's not 6.
Well, by the way, congratulations on that.
I appreciate it.
So
now we're nice again.
I like good-spirited debates. I like this stuff. So, Tim, if your daughter was 12 or I don't know how old she is, but if she was 12 or 13 years old and she was in a pageant and a creepy man went in there without her permission and talked about it sexually on the Howard Stern show, which he did.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yep.
Were we
I don't know what's funny about that.
Were we just
Well, it's
talking?
just like
we're just talking about the court case.
We're talking
with
about the
Trump.
moral aspect of Donald Trump now because we've talked about morals.
Oh, he's a pig.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have no.
He's got serious decorum problems and attitude problems.
Forget about
I tell you
He
what.
did stop
I
World War
appreciate
III,
that.
though. so
Forget
that's-
about the legal argument for a moment, okay? Forget about the legalities of Donald Trump. I'm just asking.
So he's not a felon.
Why should we forget about that?
Well, because I'm asking about morals now. I'm talking about the moral aspect of why I don't support him, okay? And I'm trying to have a conversation with you about morals. Are you comfortable? You're comfortable with the leader of the free world being a liable sexual abuser who's had dozens of women that have accused him of rape or sexual assault, including his ex-wife in
that's
court
all
documents?
bad. That's all bad.
It's all really. It's kind of really bad, isn't it?
You know what? I have a trouble with the United States of America, especially because Barack Obama murdered a 16-year-old American citizen by bombing a civilian restaurant in Yemen. Whataboutism?
I asked you a question about Donald Trump.
And I agreed with you.
So why would you support somebody like that?
For the same reason that people probably support Obama murdering children. The issue
about Kamala. Name me one thing that Kamala Harris has done in her life.
Let's slow down
that's
and say the issue at hand is we always call this the lesser of two evils. And we could take a look at Donald Trump being slovenly and perverted and whatever you want to call him. And these are bad things. And I'm like, wow, this is why I didn't vote for him in 2016. And then you can take a look at what else you're up against. And you've got Joe Biden, warmongering crony who sold out this country to his brother for Iraqi contracts and 10% of the big guy, and the list goes on. You can take a look at the extension of the Obama administration where Obama killed tons of children. He has the record for most children murdered by a Nobel Peace Prize holder. And most notably was the extrajudicial assassinations of Anwar al-Awlaki and Abdurrahman al-Awlaki. Now, you can make the arguments about Anwar al-Awlaki being a jihadi, but he was an American, and we have due process. But then you get Abdurrahman al-Awlaki, who was a 16-year-old American citizen, who was at a civilian restaurant in Yemen, and Obama blew him up. And when Obama was asked about it, he said, oops. And so they come to me and say, Trump's a pig. And I'm like, yeah, you got that right.
So first of all,
and then I've got to choose who I'm voting for on this one. And I'm going to tell you, you know what? They all suck.
Well, Trump didn't run against Barack Obama, and I didn't vote for Barack Obama.
Biden,
I'm not here to defend Barack Obama.
No, I'm talking about
Joe
Donald
Trump because you support Donald Trump.
Indeed. And
you're okay with supporting a pig who probably sexually abused a lot of people, who was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was best friends.
Now you're making things up.
Found liable in a court of law for sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll. His own wife.
Play this game?
His own wife.
You don't want to play
a game.
You don't know. You don't know the facts of the case.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the 24 or 25 other women.
No, let's do the E. Jean Carroll thing.
Okay. So Barack Obama.
Tell me what happened.
So hold on. Barack Obama's. I will.
No. You brought it up.
Barack Obama is a murderer, and yet he was never convicted. It never was shown in a court of law. Nothing ever proven. But you can make blatant statements, Tim.
I'm not retarded.
I'm not retarded either. Okay. I'm a pretty
smart guy. When a court
guy.
of law says a thing is true, that doesn't mean it's true.
Gotcha. So unproven in a court of law, but Barack Obama's a murderer, and you're totally okay saying that. But Donald Trump never sexually abused anybody, even though liably found guilty in a court of law.
Let's slow down a minute. See, this
I'm
is
just asking you.
This is the issue with liberals. You don't know.
I'm not a liberal. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a registered independent. You just called me a liberal. Let's be factually accurate, Tim.
The left.
Okay, I'm not the left.
You don't know.
I didn't vote for Obama. I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton.
You are left.
Okay, well, you can say that, and I can call you a hard MAGA right, but it doesn't mean that you're right.
That too. But there's clearly distinct factions in the culture war, and there's a left and a right, which defines the overall.
I don't like sexual abusers. I would never vote for somebody like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Donald Trump never sexually abused anybody.
Tell me
the 25 women lied. His own ex-wife in court documents in a deposition. She under oath. His ex-wife said that he raped her.
You know what your issue is?
He went into teenage girls' locker rooms without their permission.
Bad things. Yeah, bad things.
Oh, that's just bad.
Those are real bad. Those are real bad.
Locking the keys in my car is a bad thing. That's despicable.
So tell me the case.
You have a daughter. Well, hold on a second. I just talked about going into teenage girls' locker rooms. No, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't? You don't.
Donald Trump bragged about it on the Howard Stern show.
Case.
Which case? E. Jean Carroll?
E. Jean Carroll.
So you want to go through the case. You said
proven in a court case. I said, tell me about it.
The jury found him liable.
You can't.
The jury found him liable.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon. So subscribe and come hang out.